Thank you, George, and thank you all for coming. First time I met Michael was in the summer of 1982, and we were working out. We had our weight room at that time was on the stage in the current gym, and we'd open up, and the team could come in, lift weights, and play basketball. On that particular day, I happened to bring down my German Shepherd with me, and she was sitting in the old coach's office, which doesn't exist anymore anyway, and we heard the door open, and in walked two gentlemen, Michael's father, Walter, and Michael himself. And the dog got up, looked at Mike. Mike looked at the dog. Dog didn't bark. Mike kind of went over and sat down, and the dog sat down. And I knew at that time I would like whoever this was. So anyway, I was told then by Mr. Irvin that he was very interested in transferring Michael to St. Thomas. And that transfer occurred in Michael's junior year. At that time, the Florida High School Activities Association, was now the Athletic Association, had a rule: if you transferred from a public school to a private school, that public school principal could either grant or deny the eligibility of that particular player. And that particular school in Broward County, which I will not name, then accused St. Thomas Aquinas, and primarily myself and our coaches, for recruiting Michael. Well, we went through all the investigation process, and St. Thomas was obviously found not guilty, not involved. So now it went back to the principal of that particular high school. That principal told Mike he could come back to that school and play all the sports he wants, or he could go to St. Thomas and play none. Michael took the opportunity and made the choice, and he came to St. Thomas. Michael didn't catch a pass, run a sprint, shoot a basketball, or run on the track his entire junior year. But he worked academically, he worked weight-wise, kept himself in shape. So then we start the 1983 season. And right before the season started, Michael's father became very ill. I talked to Michael's father before he passed on, and he said to me, "Coach, please have St. Thomas take care of Michael." And I said, "We will." And the rest is history. Michael was a high school All-American football player, All-State basketball player, and qualified for the state track meet in all things the shot put. No one worked harder than Mike back then, here at St. Thomas, nor at the University of Miami, or nor at the Dallas Cowboys. So I would like to say, okay, Pro Football Hall of Fame, hometown hero, Michael Irvin. Michael?
What's up, guys? To all my Raider players, say what's up. And hello to everybody, and thank you for coming. What a great honor. What a great moment this is to be here. And I want us to understand what this ceremony is about. It really is. It's our way of coming out to say thank you to all of you. I think the greatest thing, and the thing that makes football the greatest sport in the world, and I love all sports, but football's different. You know, I've seen guys have individual success in basketball, taking the ball from one rim to the other and going all by himself, or in baseball, sitting at home plate, slapping a home run, they do it all by himself, or even in golf, when guys are laying on 18 and dropping putts, they do that all by themselves. In the game of football, like in the game of life, like in family, you won't do anything all by yourself. And this ceremony is an opportunity for us to come back and say thank you to everybody that played a role on my journey. You know, I often get a chance to go out and speak, and sometimes people would tell me or ask me to share my journey. And I always talk about the people I call the miracles on my journey. Coach George Smith was certainly a miracle on my journey. You know, at the time my dad was taken ill. You know, the Bible says God will never put any more on you than you can handle. And I took it hard when I lost my dad. But he had already placed other people in my life that could help guide me. Coach Smith became my father. Coach Conley, Coach Waters, Coach Shepard, all of those guys, they were here. They were here to help me direct my life. When I got to St. Thomas, I was a vagabond, a student that wandered, didn't know, didn't have any plan, and didn't have any direction. I remember sitting in Miss Jones's class, and she sat me next to her daughter, Jen Jones, who was just a brilliant student, and I needed her badly, real bad, real bad, real bad. I followed Jen around like a little puppy dog, you know, and she made sure that I got my education. She made sure that I got things done. And she made sure that I put together a plan. I had noticed I was the only kid that did not have a plan. She was asking me, what is it you want to do? What do you want to do in school? What do you want to study? I said, I want to play football. What do you mean study? She said, but you got to study to play football. You have to work. And Jen helped me come up with a plan. And that's when I decided, I want to study. I'm a major in business so I can count my money when I get my big football deal. I wanted to major in business, and then I'm going to take classes and courses in minor in communication because I want to be a broadcaster when I finish playing football, when I'm finished playing. And that's exactly what I'm doing now. I'm using all the values and all the things that the people here under this man, Father Kelly, Sister John, the people here taught me, poured into my life, and the same things that they're pouring into your lives. I sat in these chairs, and if we all do things right, and I know the people that I'm talking about, all of these people that are around here at St. Thomas, they always do things right. They're the same people. They've been here 40 years because they've been doing things right. And if we do it right, you will leave those chairs and one day stand here also. That's what we're trying to do. The Bible calls it generational blessings. We're trying to pass it on, and pass it on. St. Thomas has always passed it on. I've been around a lot of places and I've seen a lot of schools, and everybody's trying to duplicate what this school has. And it's not about the sports program. It's about the heart. It's about the heart. They talk about godly living, but they live godly here. And that's why, for me, it's quite simply the greatest school in the world, run by the greatest people in the world. And I thank God for this miracle of this community, St. Thomas, and everybody that he has placed in the path. I thank you for being my miracle on my journey. Thank you, guys.